Hi everybody, this is our first video blog and we are going to bring to you today the Thermapen.
The British made Thermapen.
British made Thermapen.
Even better.
Fair enough. When you first receive your Thermapen, this is what it looks like. Really smart packaging. I have to say, we ordered this and I think it was 2 days later it was on the doorstep. And that was ordering in the evening. So super fast delivery and really great customer service. So a good start before we've even opened the box.
Nice bunch of guys as well. We've had some contact with them throughout our project, and yeah, you know, amazing customer service as we've said.
Something that actually comes with the Thermapen, which I think is just brilliant, is actually a temperature guide, which I'll hold up and hope you can see. And basically it gives you cooking times for the barbecue, and it also gives you cooking temperatures so that you know when your food is cooked to a point where it is safe to eat. That way what you don't end up is having to cook everything to smithereens so that actually it's really horrible and dry. You can actually cook it to the point where it's safe to eat and still have something that's really tasty and juicy.
One of the reasons we've chosen this as our first, I suppose, video review of British stuff is that, you know, Emily was talking about the guide, and it talks about cooking your turkey. So, coming up to the festive season, we don't like dry turkey, so get one of these and that'll make sure that you'll never have dry turkey again.
Now, I'm not going to open this box. This is actually a gift, so I'm not going to open this any further, but I will show you now what happens, or what you will find inside. So, inside, this is the Thermapen as it is when it's closed. The probe is actually down the side here, so literally by opening the probe you switch it on. So you can see now that there is a digital display of the temperature of the room, and that currently is about 21 degrees. Okay, so that at the moment is just giving the current air temperature. If I now have a hot mug of tea here, and if I now actually dip this in, if I just keep it that way, you'll be able to see. So I only need to put the probe in slightly. I don't need to put it all the way down to the bottom of the cup of tea. And I can now see that my tea at the moment is about 63, nearly 64 degrees. And it is that quick. There isn't anything complicated to it. If you're going to measure a joint of meat, basically you put it in so you sort of assume that it's roughly in the centre of the meat. Again, with a chicken or a turkey, you would put the probe into the place where it is thickest.
So what are the other uses for this thing?
I mean, this is great for anything really where you need to have an accurate temperature measure. So if you're going to make caramels or sweets or candies of any sort, this is great for measuring the sugar temperature and doing so accurately. Anybody who's made sweets knows that actually we are literally talking a matter of 5 degrees off, and either something won't crystallise properly or it will go over the top and start to have that sort of burnt taste. So being able to be accurate with a Thermapen is really important.
Didn't we see these being used on the Great British Bake Off as well?
I think we did, yes. We both sort of looked at each other when we saw something like this, and I'm fairly sure it was a Thermapen being used.
Unmistakable, really, I think.
The other great thing is they're available in a huge range of colours, so you could almost have a different colour for every day of the week, or one to match your kitchen, or as we do, one to be super patriotic.
Which is the best design, I think.
They also come, I mean, if you look at their website, which if I show you here is at the bottom of the box, etiltd.com, you will see they've also got a wide range of other thermometers, whether it's for your oven, for your fridge, all sorts. But this is what we have, and actually is what I feel is one of the most versatile things I've ever been lucky enough to own in my kitchen.
I mean, it's a fantastic British-made invention, really, isn't it? I mean, it's how much are these things?
They are about £45, so they're not cheap. If you're thinking, oh, that's an awful lot for a thermometer, But I have to say, when I got mine at the beginning of the year, I thought, okay, that's going to be another one of those gadgets that'll sit in a drawer and it'll never get used. And I now use it on an almost weekly basis because it's great just for checking. You know, when you have your barbecue and you think, oh, well, now I've got to break all the chicken open to make sure that it's cooked. There's no need. It's one tiny little puncture hole, and if it's not ready, that's it. You haven't let all that juice and all that flavour out. It's all contained and it stays within the meat that you're trying to cook.
It's a fantastically robust bit of kit as well. You know, it doesn't feel flimsy in any way. It feels really well constructed, really well made. It doesn't feel like it's going to self-destruct on you anytime soon. So we're going to show, I think we've got some pork today. Yeah. So for Sunday lunch. So we're going to show you in practice, in the field, how this is going to work with our Sunday lunch. So look forward to seeing that later. Right, so here's our pork, which is from Sainsbury's this time. So it's unfortunately not a red tractor joint of pork. But how have you done it anyway?
Basically, once I've taken the skin off, I've taken some sage, put some sage underneath the skin, between the skin and the meat, and some in the little pieces of meat that make up the joint, and then very badly retied it all together, which actually is literally just a series of knots. It's something everybody can do. And now it's going into an oven at 185 degrees, and it will go in for about an hour and 25 minutes, an hour and a half. And that's just a little bit over a kilo, that piece.
Grand. And we're going to have roast potatoes too.
And we're having roast potatoes too, yes.
Good news. Right, so how many hours later are we?
Not that many, we're about an hour and a half now.
So an hour and a half later. Right,
yes.
Let's have a look. Do you think we're ready?
Well, the Thermapen will see.
Right, let's have a look.
So, this is where we're at, currently.
It's looking good, it's looking good.
Okay, so basically all I've done is open it up.
Yeah. So we're on 21.22 now. And what's the magic number we're looking for?
Now let's have a look. The magic number, so says my little book, for pork is 71. Just there.
71 focus. Yes, indeed. Fine, grand. Let's have a look.
Okay, so although I do have up here that pork roast could be anything from 63 to 71. So 63 would be medium and 71 would be well done.
I like my pork well done, to be fair.
Okay, so well, let's see where we're at.
Right, let's have a look.
So I can see I need to go right into the middle.
So you're trying to get into the middle of the meat.
Trying to get into the middle so that I get into the thickest point.
Okay. So we're bang on, really, aren't we?
We're basically bang on.
Yeah, it's probably worth mentioning while we're here, Waitrose do a good line in baking trays. Made in Britain. There you go.
Right.
Fine, so what we're going to do, just take that and rest it.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to take the meat off the tray. We're going to snip the little bits of string that we put on off.
Yeah.
And then put the crackling back in with the potatoes. So I'll turn the oven up in the meantime, and I turn my oven up to about 220 to 225. So it's really nice and hot, and that's what gives you the really crunchy crackling and the really crunchy potatoes.
But that's it for our Thermapen adventures, isn't it?
That's it for the Thermapen adventures. It has absolutely perfectly done its job, so I know that that meat is safe to eat, but is also not going to be overcooked.
Thank you. Well, there you go. The Thermapen, and there it is.